What's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be doing a review on this Bellicon Rebounder. All right, so this is like a home cardio piece of equipment. It's like a mini trampoline that you can use to do your HIIT training, your high intensity cardio. So no excuses to not do your cardio. I know that it's really cold out, and with me, like I like to go run in the grass barefoot. So obviously at the time you can't really do that unless you want your feet to fall off. So with this, in addition to being able to give you that cardio benefit, it also basically detoxes your body, because the up and down motion of it, more so than really any other activity, really activates and enhances the ability of your lymphatic system to detox. And almost the only way that your body can detox on a cellular level is if you shake your body. So that's why a lot of people end up with a lot of health issues, is because they just get this toxin overload. And if the only way your body can detox itself is activating the lymphatic system through movement, unless you're a runner, you're probably not getting that activity. So the great thing about the Bellicon is that it's really easy on your joints. So there's a lot of different exercises that you can do. So if you had bad knees, there's really no excuse not to get in your cardio at the same time. If you're anything like me, this time of year, you just get really, really bad seasonal affective disorder. And so it's kind of hard to get up in the morning in the freezing cold and go out running. But if you just have something like this that you can put in your apartment and just hop on, that's generally when I like to do it, first thing in the morning. And it just puts your brain on fire the rest of the day. Like, I don't know what it is. Something about doing it in the morning, just activating everything, and it really turns your brain on. And so that's typically what I've been doing, waking up, having like some green tea, something, just to boost the metabolism, and then getting on this. Man, if you hop in a cold shower afterwards, it's crazy. You don't even have to be on it for that long, and you get such a notable effect that would be really similar to going out and running a really long time period. Because believe it or not, I actually track my heart rate on my Oura Ring, and when I'm on the Bellicon, it actually tracks and it registers as high heart rate, which I have to get up to a pretty decent run to get to high heart rate on my Oura Ring. So that's really cool, because the perceived exertion that you're actually, putting energy into the Bellicon doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it's at the same time, it's so fun just to bounce up and down, and you don't really notice the fact that you're working your calves, your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, pretty much your entire body at the same time. Also, one of the benefits of doing your cardio on the Bellicon, as opposed to just going out there and running, is that you get a more variety of movements, right? So you can move your arms in different motions. A big thing is you get your legs up, right? So you're activating your hip flexors to a much greater extent. Because if you're just jogging, a lot of people just don't activate their hip flexors. They're just kind of along for the ride, and you're just doing that same repetitive swoop, land, sway, kick over and over, and that's how you get repetitive injuries. So it's really easy on your joints, if you're an older individual, or even if you're young and trying to stay in shape. As a matter of fact, one of the world's boxing champions, I forget who it was, I'll try to link in the description, but it turns out he actually did all his training on the Bellicon. He was like a middleweight boxing champion of the world in like 2013. To be honest, like most people do not train their hip flexors. And if you can just throw in a few of those movements where you get your hips up, right, you're activating your core and your inner abdominals, your transverse abdominis. Personally with me, like I'm a big basketball player, and I've been running really consistently. But once I got the Bellicon and doing my workouts, when I get out there on the court, I noticed that my bounce is just like so much better. I think it really activates your fast twitch fibers, which is actually really great for longevity, as well as just being able to stay young, have that ability to go off and on. That's one of the common things that people lose as they age. In my opinion, in terms of cardio, it's like one of the best things that you can do, because not only is it low impact on your joints, but it also really gets your heart rate up, right? Normally there's a trade-off. Normally, you know, you can do really high intensity cardio, but you know, you're doing burpees, things with a lot of jumping and just landing and so forth on hard surfaces. That's how you get your heart rate up, or you have to go running. But in this case, you know, you can get your heart rate up, but at the same time, not have the pounding on your joints. So that's a really big pro. So generally I use it first thing in the morning when I wake up for like a longer session, like 15 to 20 minutes to get that high intensity cardio and just wake everything up. And you feel fantastic the rest of the day. But also another method, another way that I use it is just like hopping on it for like 30 seconds to a minute or two throughout the day. Anytime you just need a little bit of energy, or you want to, you know, take a break from working at your desk. It's just really convenient to be able to hop on it whenever you want. You don't just want to be doing like your own workouts. They actually have a premium membership where you can just look at all the different workouts that they have. It has the amount of calories that you burn during the workout, the number of bounces, difficulty level, and they just have loads of different workouts. And so every time, you know, you can switch it up. You basically just, you know, set up your computer, put it on your TV, laptop, whatever the case may be, and you can just follow along with the instructor. The primary benefits to the Bellicon versus just other rebounders, other mini trampolines, is mostly in the materials that it's made out of. So it uses bungees, number one, instead of the metal springs that are not only just really harsh sounding when you jump on and off them. The Bellicon is virtually soundless when you get on it, but they also last way longer, and it's basically gonna last the entire lifetime that you have it. In conclusion, highly recommend you all picking one of these Bellicons up. If you're an athlete, you want to be able to just stimulate recovery, get the detox benefits, or if you want to use it as your primary means of, you know, getting your cardio training in, your workouts in, it's definitely a great option. Or if you just want to use it throughout the day to boost your energy, boost blood flow and everything, it's definitely, especially today, with limited options in terms of cardio equipment, with COVID and everything, I think it's just a must to have in your arsenal. So yeah, with that being said, if you do have the Bellicon, let us know down in the comments just what your experiences are with it. Curious to know what you guys have to say there. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you are interested in picking one up, I will have a link down in the description where you can get their current promotion. I think it's like 10 or 15% off, so make sure you go ahead and check that out down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to drop me a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, peace. I had initially heard about rebounding. I think it was from Tim Ferriss and Tools of Titans, where he basically just interviews and analyzes some of the world's top performers and just figures out what their routines are, what kind of practices they do on a daily basis. And I think he found out that one of the commonalities was that a lot of people use rebounding at some point in the day, whether it's the beginning of the day or in the middle of the day or the end of the day, just to boost blood flow, you know, stimulate creativity. Yeah, after hearing about rebounding from just a variety of different people, I figured I'd just kind of dive in and do a little bit of research and see what all the fuss was about. And it turns out the host of benefits that you get from rebounding is pretty tremendous. So one, it boosts lymphatic drainage and immune function. Two, it's great for skeletal system, increasing bone mass, which is increasingly important as you age. Three, helps improve digestion. Four, it's more than twice as effective as running without the extra stress on your joints. It increases endurance on a cellular level by stimulating mitochondrial production. It helps improve balance by stimulating the vestibule in the middle ear. It helps improve the effects of other exercise, and that's definitely one thing I can attest to. It can really just be a great supplement in addition to your current workouts, as a way to just boost blood flow and enhance recovery. There's actually a study that found that those who rebounded for 30 seconds between weightlifting sets saw a 25% more improvement after 12 weeks than those who didn't, which is pretty cool. It also helps circulate oxygen throughout the body to increase energy. It's a whole body exercise that improves muscle tone throughout the body. And some sources claim that the unique motion of rebounding can also support the thyroid and adrenals. And also, it's just rebounding in general is really fun. It doesn't even feel like exercise, and it's just something new, something really cool to just throw into the mix and just enhance everything else it is that you're doing, whether it's cognitive work, physical work, trying to increase your strength. It's just a really good supplement to have. Matter of fact, rebounding actually gained popularity in the 1980s when NASA studied its benefits while trying to find an effective way to help astronauts recover and regain bone and muscle mass after being in space. So astronauts can actually lose as much as 15% of their bone and muscle mass in just 14 days of zero gravity. So they were looking for a way to reverse the damage. When the astronauts were tested running on a treadmill, the G-force measured at the ankle was over twice what it was at the back and head, which means that the foot and the leg absorb much of the force when running, which can help explain the higher rates of the foot, shin, and knee problems from running. But on the trampoline, the G-force was almost identical with ankle, back, and head, and at a lower level than that of the G-force at the ankle on a treadmill. So that shows that rebounding can exercise the entire body without the excess pressure to the feet and legs. So they found the external work output at equivalent levels of oxygen uptake were significantly greater while trampolining than running, and the greatest difference was about 68%. So in other words, the increased G-force in rebounding means you get more benefit with less oxygen used and less exertion on the heart. What the NASA study concluded was that the acceleration and deceleration of the rebounding provided benefits on a cellular level at a greater rate than other forms of exercise like running, because the up and down G-force is actually at a much greater extent. Basically when you bounce on a rebounder, there's several things that happen, right? So there's an acceleration action when you bounce upward, a split-second weightless pause at the top, a deceleration at increased G-force, an impact to the rebounder, and then the cycle repeats, right? And you're doing this multiple times, right? 1,000, 2,000, 3 times per session. The overall mechanism of how rebounding works and the up and down G-force basically makes it so that each cell in your body has to respond to the acceleration and deceleration, which is super beneficial for your lymphatic system since it runs in a vertical direction in your body. And there was another study that showed that the increased G-force helped increase lymphocyte activity, and the lymph system transports immune cells throughout the body and supports immune function. So for that reason, that's why you may have heard that rebounding is suggested as a detoxifying and immune boosting activity. James White, PhD and Director of Research and Rehabilitation in the Physical Education Department at the University of California at San Diego, basically it's explained that rebounding allows the muscles to go through a full range of motion at equal force. So it just helps people learn how to shift their weight properly and to be aware of their body positions and balance. Dr. James says, quote, "When you jump, jog, and twist on the jumping device, you can exercise for hours without getting tired. It's great practice for skiing, improves your tennis stroke, and is a good way to burn off calories and lose weight."